ماشي ولم يتلفت هنا وهناك ولكن
Now let me get this straight. You have a woman completely covered in a niqab. The garment specially designed to shield woman's beauty from the gaze of Muslim men, standing in the middle of the disco singing karaoke, while men and women mixed freely around her under these shiny lights. And the government calls this halal entertainment. My friends, welcome to the new Saudi Arabia, a place where the rules of 1400 years aren't just being banned, they are being put in blender. Now, I've been watching the reaction from Muslims online, and many of them are genuinely terrified. Think about it. They are saying this is not part of the kingdom's tradition, not its culture, not its social identity. What is happening today is not development, it is radical transformation. And you know what? They are right. It is radical transformation. But here's the question that no one in the kingdom is allowed to ask. Why is this happening? Why does society that built on Islam suddenly decides that, oh, niqab disco is our future? The answer isn't just politics, it is theological, and it exposes a hole in the Islamic heart that no amount of these shiny lights can ever fill. Let's analyze this in a very basic logic, okay? For decades, we are told by Saudi scholars, right? Music is haram, that mixing between gender is haram, and the niqab is, well, shield of honor, right? Now, because Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman needs diversify the economy for Vision 2030, the haram has magically become halal. Think about what does this to average Muslim, okay? If Allah's law is eternal and unchangeable, how did it just change because price of oil might drop? You see the problem? If your morality comes from the arbitrary will of master, that master can change the rules whenever he wants, or the king can change them for him. As I am looking at this, since I must say it feels unreal. Of course it feels unreal, because it's contradiction. You can't have a worldview based on submission to the strict law, then try to paste hedonism on top of it. You end up with absurdity. You end up with a niqab in a nightclub. They are trying to import Western joy without Western freedom. But it leads to a deeper problem. Why do they want disco at the first place? You see, this is where we need to stop looking at the politics and start looking at the human heart. Why do human beings want to sing? Why do human beings want to dance? Why do human beings crave for entertainment? It is because we are created by God, who is, in his very essence, love and joy. See, in Islam, Allah is monad. He's alone, he's master, he's needy, he's like very, very needy. He needed human beings to be God. And strictly speaking, he doesn't delight in you the way a father delights in a child. He demands submission. But the human heart, your heart, my heart, was made for more than submission. We were made for delight. The reason Saudi youth are flooding the nightclubs, the reason they are creating this bazaar halal nightlife is because human soul cannot survive by rules alone. Legalism is a dry desert. Eventually, you get thirsty. And when you get thirsty, but you don't know the living water, you will drink sand. You will drink the cheap, unreal imitation of joy that this world offers. The tragedy of the niqab disco isn't that they are breaking the rules. The tragedy is that they are looking for joy in all the wrong places. The God of Bible, the triune God, is not a solitary master. The Father has eternally loved the Son. The Son eternally delights in the Father. The Spirit is the overflowing joy of that relationship. Before the world began, there was love. There was, if I can say it like this, a divine dance. The early church fathers called it perichoresis, the mutual indwelling, the dancing around the Trinity. We sing because he sings. We rejoice because he is joyful. Dear Muslims, if you are watching this and you are confused by what is happening in the headquarters of Islam, your leaders are giving you this entertainment because they know Islam leaves you empty. And this halal disco, you know what? They will leave you empty too. The lights will fade, the music will stop, and you still will be alone with a master who demands submission. But there is a father who runs to meet you. There is a son who died so that your joy could be full. You don't need a transformation in your culture of entertainment rules and regulations. You need transformation of the heart, and you need Lord Jesus Christ. What is happening in Saudi Arabia is not a development. It is desperation. Don't settle for cheap imitation. Come to the source of all joy.